Haile Selassie. I once said something really smart. He said, "Throughout history, it has been the inaction of those who could have acted, the indifference of those who should have known better, the silence of the voice of justice when it mattered most. That has made it possible for evil to triumph." Heavy stuff, right? But he's totally right. When we ignore problems, we give them permission to grow. And that's exactly what's happening in Port Arthur, Texas. Port Arthur is a city on the Gulf Coast. It's a place where the air often smells like a gas station bathroom. And not the good kind, with the air freshener that smells like a Caribbean vacation gone wrong. No, we're talking about that raw, industrial stench that makes your eyes water. That smell? That's the scent of apathy, my friends. It's the smell of people in power ignoring a community in crisis. But it's not just the air. For years, Port Arthur has been treated like America's dumping ground. Toxic waste, pollution, you name it, they've got it. And the people who live there? They're some of the most resilient folks you'll ever meet, but they're tired. Tired of being ignored. Tired of being poisoned. Tired of being told to just deal with it. Here's the thing about pollution. It doesn't care about your zip code. It doesn't discriminate. But the effects? Oh, they definitely discriminate. Low-income communities and communities of color bear the brunt of it, and Port Arthur is no exception. The city has a long history of environmental racism. That's a fancy way of saying that companies have been dumping their crap there for decades because they know they can get away with it. See, Port Arthur is a prime target for polluters. It's got a large Black and Hispanic population, and for a long time these communities haven't had the resources to fight back. But things are starting to change. People are waking up. They're realizing that they deserve better. They're starting to demand action. One of those people is Harry C. Crawford III of Diligence Offshore Services. His offshore wind farm initiative offered jobs, training, affordable housing, financial assistance for Black-owned businesses, among other things, all while producing clean energy. His initiative sparked the change needed for the citizens to organize and demand that the city lease the land and keep the project moving forward. This did not happen overnight. Goldman Environmental Prize winner Hilton Kelly of SIDA, Ora Smith and the Port Arthur United Citizens for Change, political activist David Jones, Dr. Simeon Queen of Grace Hub, Tyba Brown, Kieran Baker and others packed City Hall in records numbers. It had to come from the ground up. They made sure that their voices were heard. They knew that apathy was the enemy. They knew that silence equaled death. So she spoke out. They spoke out against the companies that were poisoning her community. They spoke out against the politicians who were turning a blind eye, and they inspired others to do the same. Diligence Offshore provided the spark and showed the people of Port Arthur that they didn't have to be victims, showed them that they had the power to create change. Hilton Kelly is a hero in Port Arthur. He's an environmental activist who's been fighting for clean air and water for years. Hilton knows that the fight for environmental justice is a marathon, not a sprint. He's been battling for economic justice for decades. His fight hasn't been easy. He's up against powerful corporations and politicians who are more interested in profits than people. But he's not giving up. He knows that the health of his community is at stake, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to protect it.